The Kremlin has fiercely condemned the European Union's initiative to use interest accrued on frozen Russian assets to provide military aid to Ukraine, denouncing the move as theft. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov announced on Tuesday that Russia would pursue legal action against those responsible for this decision. On Monday, the EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, revealed that the first tranche of €1.4 billion in military aid for Ukraine, derived from the interest on frozen Russian assets, would be disbursed in early August. Such thievish actions cannot remain without reciprocity, Peskov asserted. This money is not only essentially stolen, but will also be spent on the purchase of weapons. Peskov emphasized that Russia would seek all possible legal avenues against those involved in making and implementing these decisions, citing violations of international law and property rights. Definitely, we will work out the possible legal prosecution of those people who are involved in decision-making and the implementation of these decisions, because this is a direct violation of international law, it is a violation of property rights, he said. In response to Russian aggression in Ukraine since 2022, the United States and its allies froze around $300 billion of Russian sovereign assets, prohibiting transactions with Russia's central bank and finance ministry. These assets, primarily bonds and other securities, are generating interest that the EU plans to channel into supporting Ukraine. The EU expects the frozen assets to yield approximately €15 to €20 billion in profits by 2027. These proceeds will be directed into an EU fund to aid Ukraine, bolstering its defense capabilities and economic stability amidst the ongoing conflict. President Putin has highlighted the resilience of the Russian economy, which saw a 3.6% growth last year, arguing that sanctions have not halted Russian trade. He has framed the Western sanctions as an economic war against Russia but has maintained that the country's economy remains robust. The Kremlin contends that the seizure of its assets contradicts the principles of free markets promoted by the West. Russian officials warn that such actions could undermine confidence in the US dollar and euro, deter global investment, and erode trust in Western central banks. The Kremlin's denunciation of the EU's plan to use interest on frozen Russian assets for Ukraine shows the intensifying economic and legal confrontations stemming from the conflict. As the EU moves forward with its military aid initiative, the potential for significant legal battles looms, further complicating the situation.